Gorgeous look at a place of NFL history. Welcome to Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight, an NFC North rivalry renewed. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go on Monday Night Prime Time. On the return, here's Miles Price. Stopped on the run back to the 27. Here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them in his pseudo-rookie season after that injury cost him last year. The 10th overall pick in our 2024 draft, J.J. McCarthy.
You know, Kate, that injury robbed us all of what looked like a promising rookie season through the preseason where this kid was on fire. But he's still got a year of learning from head coach Kevin O'Connell. Maybe more importantly, watching Sam Darnold's magical season now. The ball's in his hands.
And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They come through with a nice game there. Gain of 10, first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him around in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
First carry here for Aaron Jones. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves to be there when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the winner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Opportunity they've now got at the very start of this game block, all thanks to the interception on that opening possession.
Yeah, they love to say that a running game is a quarterback's best friends, but right next to that bestie is a defense that can take the ball away for you.
So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. They'll be led out by last year's #1 overall pick, Brock. Looking to build on his decent debut season here in year 2. It's Caleb Williams.
His rookie season last year, Kate, a reminder that no matter how talented you are, this league can humble you. And it didn't help being the most sacked quarterback in football as well. But remember, 3,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, he showed glimpses of what I know Chicago wants more of this year.
11 on that play, and that'll be first down Chicago.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 now from the 46. Williams to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down. And that right there, an early look at somebody who might just be the impact player in this ballgame.
Yeah, there's no question this strong safety loves to come downhill. Now, as an offense, you've got to adjust. You've got to throw over the top if he's willing to be that aggressive.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Connects downfield. Set up just outside that red zone. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down, here's Swift. Get about 6 on this run. More importantly,
in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Play straight ahead. This play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They get 6 on that play, and it'll be first down Bears.
So many offenses will script kick the first 15 plays of a game, but it's often getting to the lesser used stuff like that that's critical in the red zone. They get a decent gain out of it and continue to push for the goal line.
Sending a tight end in motion left. Inside handoff to Swift. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Swift, the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. A lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so until that defense proves they can stop it.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Time Felton here to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now one of the Vikings in some pain out there. So we'll get a stoppage here as he's helped by trainers. Minnesota in the formation. It's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Escapes the defender. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offensive confidence.
He's got it over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play action, McCarthy. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get down. That's the way he goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, King? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. If big plays on that side of the ball, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here he goes, 3rd and long. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That is Kyler Gordon. And the Bears are second all the way back. On a return down to 5.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to put you in for 6. And if they score quickly, put that opposing offense right back out there, steal really, and then reset.
Back out comes the Chicago offense for their 2nd try. And this has to be a touchdown, Brock. They're taking the field 1st and goal from the 5. To throw is Williams. Connecting with his back here, Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears parlay the interception into points. Swift, the touchdown. No
but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fulton now to return this. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. It's Jones on the toss. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football. Man, he has already been burned twice in this opening half, Brock, and probably should have been the trifecta, just avoiding his 3rd interception.
Now, he's going to have to look in the mirror and make some serious adjustments here, because that 3rd pick, if he keeps making these kind of decisions, that 3rd pick's a coming. He cannot be this careless with the football.
Well, left side, Ronnie Martin Hopkinson. And this one won't get there. It looked good, but the stop is made just before he could get the first.
Feet nines, Kate. Feet nines. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet nines move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. The Bears about set for their next possession. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. It's taken in by Lomatunze. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Williams from the gun. That's Dunze again. And he has a right there in midfield here. It's about a yard short. He got 14 yards on that one. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. And a shotgun to give to Swift. And he's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard shot with 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't matter 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. On play action, here's Williams. That's complete. Cole Kmet. He's not going to get any further after that catch. Tackle made at the 29-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end, because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Williams on 1st down. Drops it underneath. Swift. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to give him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
defense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion left. In the red zone on 1st. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away. His head goes down. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's good. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to 4. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two,
he runs it across, touchdown! The Bears take a 20-zip lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown!
Kate, to put this first quarter in perspective a little bit, a little context. You know, the single-season rushing touchdown record is 28 in 17 games. Well, LT did in 16 back in the day, but he's got 2 already here in the first quarter.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears push their lead to 21-zip already. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Felton now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And things are really getting away from him, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. Minnesota in the formation. It's 1st and 10. Quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Get some more blockers up front. But it also puts the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
In the shotgun, McCarthy has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
Question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches, and really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. 3rd and long for him here. That's the line he's going to run for it. 9 yards on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
That's one of those little mental Rolodex plays right before the snap. You know, if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
New set of downs from 37. McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now the completion rate is strong, Connor. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. On the shotgun, McCarthy. Trying to connect, but it runs up incomplete.
That's the deal with this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. McCarthy to throw it. Oh, he's going to run for it. And McCarthy slides to the ground here, but not before picking up the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. On his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First and 10, here's Jones. Runs inside the 35. And he has the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown.
Okay, you know what a run like that does? For everybody, for the play caller, for the old lineman, for the offense, it just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little chunk, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
They finally stopped him, but not before he picked up 7 on that first down run.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Looking for the gun, Williams. Vikings bring pressure, and they got him. And the sack forces him now tougher third down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back and run. Get back and run. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Third down, and they need to get 10. Throw here, third down. Throw left side finds Burton. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First down, Williams. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart moving. You saw the field. It's going to be second down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until they play like that. There was no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Running left Swift down to go. Unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Third and long. They're going to throw. Taking a chance in the end zone. And this is going to be hit by a defender and knocked away. Incomplete as the end zone look comes up empty, Brock. He's got a fourth down decision to make.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively, force the incompletion.
And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say clear the sideline over top the 14. The Vikings offense back to the field now. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Bronk. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Stop right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Jones once more. Again, he's taken down right at the line. Same guy, same call, same result. And now it's 3rd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throw, 3rd and 1. Launch this one up, looking deep to the right side. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to have the touchdown. Let's see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. Okay, Brock, I think the official double and then triple check this with their coach, but yes, they are indeed choosing to decline the penalty and letting that touchdown stand.
Kate, if there is ever a moment that defies all explanation on the football field, that may be it.
Set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Prime Time. It's an early lead for the Bears. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They have 1st and 10. They'll start this series with a 10 that goes out. This is scooped up by the Vikings. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The Vikings taking the field on offense. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind it. Get that defense right now. Really after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Staying on the ground with Jones. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. Ooh, talk about bad luck there, Bronco. And jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Good point, good point. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A couple of really good plays, Brock. Back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Man-to-man coverage, it does not have to last forever. It just needs to last long enough for one of those rushers to reach the quarterback. Cooper guys did their jobs, and so did he in dropping the quarterback.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This one from 47 yards away. Reichert connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Here come the Bears back out on offense. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Here's Swift to start the drive. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Staying grounded with Swift. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down Bears.
You know, Kate, and if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right, they love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap. Perhaps he can only get back to the line. The defense all over this one.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
To throw, Williams. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Has his man, Cole goes in. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. The 28-yard pickup there. And that'll be first down Chicago.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Williams to throw on first. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
All set now. First and 10. In the red zone now. Short pass brought in. And this is going to go as a game of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now. They need 7. On play action. Williams. To the side of the end zone. That one's incomplete.
There's a lot of studies done every offseason, Kate, about the best red zone offenses. And typically, it's about creative quarterbacks doing just what he tried to do right there and extending the play out of the pocket. The problem is there was just nowhere for him to go with the ball.
All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive. Air it out on 3rd. He's got the first down grab and
the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Swift. Score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears now lead by 10. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Ron. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. Santos now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bears drive their lead to 11. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. On the return, here's Price. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. The toss to Jones, running left. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Gain of 26 yards there. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on the play right up the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, it's certainly more exciting for all of us to watch too.
First and 10, it's McCarthy. That's a man, Justin Jefferson. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. They get 22 out of that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Vikings.
This QB is making it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetitions to make it look easy.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. What the call brought, but wrong situation there. The defense closes that sweep out behind the line.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
First down.
Let's move the chain! Gotta move that chain! More momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Going jumbo set on his first and goal. There's a dive in the middle. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
8 yards to go as they get set on second and goal. Motioning left is their running back. Here's McCarthy to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up third down.
That was pretty cool right there. I mean, that is an underrated effort of that play from his target, hustling and bustling his way to make sure he was in the neighborhood of that throw. So the Zebras, they couldn't penalize the throwaway.
Defense bringing in a fifth DB, third and goal. Here he goes, third and long. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a one-score game in the first half. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did it.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Josh Blackwell to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears send Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. This gets forward to around the 29. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Williams from the gun. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Dude, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers, it's awesome with tight ends, but when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Running behind center with Swift. Wasn't a fan goes in there, Brock. The bounce outside doesn't feel any better. He gets a long yard at 2nd down.
You know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Williams to throw. Oh, down on that one. 2nd down's going to end for a loss of yards.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Vikings in the dime on 3rd down. 6 DBs out there. 3rd and long for him here. It's caught by Burden. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down throw by Williams. Secured by Burden on slant. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 3 now. On play action, here's Williams. No open on that play, so he's going to chuck this one out of county.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Williams to throw on 3rd. It's on target to Moore. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. This is Swift. He sneaks this
inside run that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Williams on the play action. Grant's got it left side. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Throw here, 3rd down. Pass brought in by Burton. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears now lead by 10. So on this offense, looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, let's go. And the Bears drive their lead to 11. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Felton now to return this. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Give up the middle to Jones. Forward pickup, but he's denied that 1st down. Something's at the 32-yard line.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
3rd and 2, McCarthy. He's going for it himself. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far, brings up 2nd down.
And look at that, all that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game, you got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
Rush could be coming again after that last sack, Brock. Let's see. Here's 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Running again. He goes down again. These guys need to find a way to hold out better for their QB. This offense now facing 3rd down.
This defense been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. This is a tough spot to be in. It's third and very long. On the shotgun, McCarthy. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Lined up in punt formation. On the return for the Bears, Devin Duvernay. He's got this at the 27. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And he has run a rough shot over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Some nice field position here. Bears getting set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Has him on a quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a long gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. When it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Looking from the gun, Williams. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. To throw is Williams. The skip. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what they say about assuming? Well, it's the same way on a football field. You can never assume. If you stop assuming that first sacker's going to get to the quarterback, well, you could run yourself right into trouble. This defense didn't. They didn't take a break. And they finally get him to the ground.
Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Now Williams. Before left side falls Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Vikings into the nickel for this 3rd down play. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. To the left, and hauled in by Odunze. And this return is going to leave him with enough time for definitely 2, maybe even 3 plays before halftime.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Last drive of the half is going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. No questioning on that exchange block. He hits for 8 on 1st down. So entering the locker room, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th floor studios. A little abridged version of a halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the 2nd half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. And a two-score ball game here as we resume play. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. He's brought down to what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. So Reed will give to Swift. And nice little run there, gets him 5. Second down upcoming.
That might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Going on again with Swift. And this is headed the wrong way. Now they lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Dumped off to his running back. He's going to be stopped right at the line of 37. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
1st down, here's Swift. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
37-yard line.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Williams will look to throw. Flush shot out to his left. Breaks across midfield. Hits the opposing territory. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Out of shotgun to get to Swift. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, as they drive forward right now, it looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
You just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one. More than likely for more games to come.
Santos now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bears push their lead to 18. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Felton now to return this. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop it. They get 23 on that one. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
These unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So it's 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized the pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. McCarthy throwing here. He's out the screen. That's Hawkinson. He has this one past the 50 and he's not down here in the Bears territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. You take away the deeper options, well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Air it out on 3rd. So the lead knocked away from the intended targets and brings out 4th down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they produced this receiver to a footman. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. Ryan Wright's the one to send it away. And he made sure to angle that one toward the sideline. It bounces inside the 20 and jumps out at the 13. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They're going to run here. Kyle Menenda. Nearly starts the drive with the 1st down run. Something yard short, gain of 9.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice. It doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. One play action. Williams. Going for his back, but it's incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. Williams with the sneak. Loaded and ready for that sneak. They're stepping at the line. No deal.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you've got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. And the inside handoff to Swift. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Williams. Bucket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Third down, and they need to get 10. To the air on 3rd and long. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. They couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
You know, Kate, with the game that they've put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that third down.
Hunt team on the field. Collects this at the 32. And it ends up a good return for him. Up past their own 40. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Jones. And he's going to manage a long yard on that drive up the gut. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
This offense is now left for some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. He can run it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
1st down from the 41. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
Time to offer some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow. One fun tape to watch because 6 sacks are to come by in this league.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He's in trouble, gets brought down again. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play. His half does not go. Brings up 3rd down.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for him here. He's in trouble and they bring him down again. And talk about killing any momentum this offense had, Ron. 3 consecutive sacks. Gonna bring up 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound. But not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was third next long, and now it's 4th and forever.
On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. 1st down, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And this is going to a stop at that 34-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
And the Bears, 1st down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
1st down, Williams to throw. Completed over the before he's able to break it across midfield. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Running with Swift out of the gun. It's a solid block, and there springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. On the carry, it's Swift. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10. Williams on the play action. Check down into the hands of Swift. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good out the lips, is shred. Shredding paper, shredding the slopes, or dude shredding a defense just like that.
First and goal, Swift. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
SOS, you hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. When it comes into play, first and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. To throw, Williams. Dump off cut by his back. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the run.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Third and goal now. Can they find that final yard? He tries to sneak it, and he's in for the touchdown. The Bears can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on fourth down, but that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears grow their lead yet again. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. On the return, here's Price. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. Minnesota in the formation. It's first and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. They got 2nd and 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Off play action, it's McCarthy. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover it.
Finds a little room there, gets him about 3 yards, then up to 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 43-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. On the shotgun, McCarthy. As the end out complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's in the first.
I'm sure Coach play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Short for his cross. This one's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, it hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches. That heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
They'll run the draw with Jones. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Sits to the ground by Kyler Gordon.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Pete. Take at least a little bite out of the big deal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Throw here, 3rd down. Going all the way to the end zone here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
It's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Pete. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, you got to find a way to win.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it shrinks to a 3-score game again. The lead 22.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Blackwell now to return it. He stopped on the run back of the 27. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. They are in great shape here as we wind down this 3rd quarter. They've got a 3-score lead. Another. Now that could put this just too far out of reach. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Looking from the gun, Williams. This is Loveland working the right side. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
1st down throw by Williams. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Williams from the gun. There's that man again, Ndunze. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st down from the 42. Blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's not a quick hitter. And they look to stop scoreboard. This game pretty close to over. On third down, Vikings sending out 6 DBs for the dime set. Running behind center with Swift. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
So on fourth down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This a 54-yarder. Hanging close, and it does find that right upright. No good. And they wanted to add 3 more there, but silver lining, they aren't exactly hurting for a big lead at this juncture.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul, somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
First and 10, here's Jones. They blew up the open play this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now McCarthy. Running a screen now for Jones. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, this is the type of game you've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, McCarthy. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Desperation time here on 4th. Lobs this one deep down the left sideline. And it's incomplete. They tied up their best effort block and they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got visual breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. It's one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Williams off the play fake. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route game at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw. In this throw, this is a big breakthrough. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. This one's going to move all the way down to the 25-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be first down Bears.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Toss play, Swift. Jukes away from one. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be first down Chicago.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
Now it's Manunga. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. He gets a couple on first, and they'll Lineman on guy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Williams will look to throw. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears put up even more points in a win. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. And the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's such an advantage. But I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Bears continue piling onto this lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Felton now to return this. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And scoring hasn't been an issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to 41. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Take a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start to drive with momentum like that.
First down from the 41. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Second down carry for Jones. It's going to go as again at 13 yards. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
There's McCarthy on 1st and 10. And the throw fires to the deck.
If you can buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. Line doesn't hold up, and completions follow.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Sends this to the end zone. And the coverage holds up. Nicely done. They were tested. They knocked it away in the end zone. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He's making a bid for it. It'll be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. The defense rallied. They responded. There's a 4th down.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. Making the call himself. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving.
You know, before the snap, you know, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
All set to go now from the 35. Man in motion, out of the slot. They give to Jones, right side. He picks him up about 4 yards there. 2nd down coming up.
Look up they're happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Mason trying this one at the gut. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring them 3rd down.
TJ Edwards on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now it's McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarring loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Yeah, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated men from all.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. And that was a big 3-yard gain because instead of turnover on downs, partner, it gets him the 1st.
That down and distance tells you pass. More than likely you're going to get man-to-man coverage. Your passing game is more effective. I love that call. And the trust and the belief you have in your run game that even that down and distance, you could still get the 1st.
And this hasn't been a common sign of the tonight, but the defense wins this one. He's limited to no gain on the carry. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground with Jones. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the 1st and goal.
You can draw plays like a great punt return. You just set the table and let your elite athlete do his job. Excellent job of selling the pass. The O-line got a body on a body. And these running backs at this level, they know how to make you pay defensively.
Working inside the red zone. Brings it in. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings putting up points in a game decided. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings trail by 22 now.
26. Vikings 34.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Bears send Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Off the play fake, Williams. Let's go, left side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, it's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. To throw, Williams.
automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Williams with the sneak. And he's going to be touchdown as he gets him out to pick up the first down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And we got a tough QB who wants to put it on his shoulders.
And look at this, 9 yards and a nice first down run.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safe call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion will.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And I'm going with it. Hop on the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Williams to throw on 3rd. That's too close to the sideline, and it's going to be out of bounds. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
The Vikings offense back to the field now. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. The low play action here. It's McCarthy. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line.
Textbook pitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Kate, this is a low-ceiling play with a reliable source of yardage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Taken in by Addison, left side. And he'll get up to the 27. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. McCarthy throwing here. And they get to him again. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Not a lot of cornerbacks in this league can get to the QB in the pass rush, and not just once. That's now twice, Kate. We're going to have to devote some resources to blocking this corner because he's just a different kind of beast.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And this is rejected. The defender knocks the throw away and forces the turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Monunga. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Monunga here. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bears keep adding that 4th quarter lead. Santos now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bears continue adding on to that lead.
Vikings 34.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return, here's Price. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. McCarthy to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl. I think they were running curl routes about a century. And it's a play that goes a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet. It gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Vikings hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. We've set of downs from the 37. First and 10. Here's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They got 14 yards on that one. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10. It's McCarthy. Pass is caught by Addison. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gain about 8. 2nd down.
Hey, you like these results at first. That completion right there, right in the window, with all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That played wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now give up the middle to Jones. He's stopped at the 31-yard line. He's 9 yards on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
We've set of downs for him from the 31. Throwing on first, that's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback moves man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 3 now. On the shotgun, McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Went after trying to kill him by Reichert. And the Vikings trail by 22 now.
63. Vikings 41.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10.
It's like we got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
So the Bears come away with the win. And with the start they had in that first quarter, Bronk, it is no surprise to see them come away with a victory at the end. They really did all they could to put this out of reach early. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Bears winners, as we say so long from Chicago.